Well, everyone, things are starting to look up for us here at Warrington. We're fully entrenched in the playoff spots. We're on a 7 match unbeaten run. And the chairman has decided to reward all of my efforts with a brand new contract. Alright, guys, this is what the table's looking like. We are fifth at the moment, 7 points within the playoff spots, but also, unfortunately, 11 points behind first. I don't think we're catching Scunthorpe. Now, as you can see here, I know I did promise that I would play until February, but there's a reason why I've stopped it here, which we'll get into. But first, let me show you the fixtures. So the last game was the Peterborough game. So we started things off with draws to Tamworth and Darlington. This did concern me a bit because I was worried I was just going to end up drawing every game. And I will admit, the next 4 games, there wasn't much in it. Especially this Kingsland game was one of the most frustrating games I'd ever seen, because what would happen is I would score, then they would score, and it would go back and forth. So I would constantly go from praising my team to berating them until we finally got that 5th goal, which put us over the line. Same with Banbury. It was like 4-3, and it looked like they had some chances to score that 4th goal, but then we killed the game off like very late with a Krasinski header. And then the 2 Chester games. So with the first Chester game, we actually went 2-0 up, but in the second half they came to get us. The second Chester game, though, it was the opposite. We were actually the team chasing the game. I think that it was like 4-2 at half time, but we ended up coming back to score 3 goals in the second half to win 5-4. And so that's pretty much been the results now. So the reason why I have stopped it in the middle of January is because of this. The board had to have a meeting in order to potentially extend your contract. We believe this move might help the overall long stability of the club. So I'm going to attend this meeting. And I think that is a fantastic idea. Alright. So they're going to offer me a new contract. Before I do that, because since we are in realism mode, I just want to check out. Oh my god. I didn't realize my wages were that low. Man, this must be a part-time gig or something. I must also have a secondary job at the Costco down the street, because that is pitiful. Now, knowing that it is Warrington, I better at least get some sort of pay rise. Am I going to get the contract? Or do I have to do the South Shields game first? Nope. Okay, the contracts here, they have, okay. They're offering me the same amount. I would like a raise, please. And I would also like it to be 2 years. I want at least 500, surely. 1 year. Are they gonna, how about 450? 375? A $25 pay rise? See, the thing is, while I definitely would like a lot more money than this, if I'm thinking real terms, the other option is I don't have a lot of options, so I would probably agree to this, and especially since he's this is we're getting to the last legs of the negotiation, so I have no choice but to accept it. If it was a situation where I had multiple jobs lined up, I'd be like, this is nowhere near good enough, I have better offers. But since I don't have any offers, it's either this or I just lose my job and probably any potential to get further up. Because I'm still learning my National C license, so I don't think any other Vanarama team would take me. So I'm just going to agree and not rock the boat. At least we got a slight pay increase, but it's only a 1-year contract, which does concern me. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is, unless something else major happen, is I am going to off-screen all these games and then come back in February to show you my new look, new and improved team. And we're back, guys, for the Chorley game. Now, to show you the fixtures that you missed. So, pretty much things immediately went downhill with a 5-0 spanking the South Shields, which I just could not fathom because we were pretty much at the same amount of shots, same amount of XG, but they're just so clinical at striking. Like, some of their shots were like it was being shot out of a cannon, and they just destroyed me 5-0. We then went to Southport, and we ended up losing 2-0. And so I was okay with both of them because they're pretty much our promotion rivals. Our, what do you call it? Playoff rivals, I guess you would call them. But then the Buxton game, this one hurt because it was 2-1 up in the 90th minute. And then they scored 2 goals in injury time to beat me 3-2. Then Blythe, it was 0-0. In fact, this also concerned me because it did feel like Blythe were the better team. It's just they couldn't shoot to save their lives. And then we end up coming steady, coming good with a 4-2 win. Comfortable 4-2 win against Alfreton, which should have been 4-0 if not for the fact that I had a player get injured in the 90th minute. It was my left back, because in the transfer window, I ended up selling Andy White, who was the backup left back, so I only had one left back. And so he got injured, and I had to mix and match with people who couldn't play in certain positions, and then they scored 2 goals in injury time. So there's another thing I want to show you. So you know how in the start of this series, I said I'm like a Marcelo Bielsa type. I'm very good attacking wise, and when it works, it's all good. But when it doesn't work, things unravel quickly. Well, I just want to show you my for and against. Look at this. We are the best attacking team in the entire division. But then if you go to our against, we are the second worst team, second worst defensive side in the entire division. There are levels to this. We're very good going forward, but we can't defend to save our lives. Alright, let's get to the... who the hell are we... Chorley game. So, this is the team for the Chorley game. Before we get into it, I'll show you my new additions. Unfortunately, that Alfreton match, there were some casualties. Mainly Lindsay, who was he's out for only a week, thank God, because he's the only left back we have. But the main one of our newest arrivals that I was hoping you got to see, but now you can't because he broke his leg and he's out for 6 months. So, thank you, Christian Melindwa, who was good while we had him, but the fans won't get to see because he just happened to get injured the match before we were coming back for the Chorley game. But anyway, also the third one we got was just like a kind of a panic signing because both Fraser and Bates left on their loans because they weren't happy with the playing time for Fraser and for Bates because I wasn't playing him as Mazzala. So I brought in this guy just to be a backup, essentially. So here's the team for Chorley. We got Atherton in goal. I've had to put Gums at left back, Clark Krasnicki, centre backs, Wisdom right back. Harris and Williams. Harris is also about to leave soon. He's unhappy for some reason because we ended up selling Josh Armis, a player who I never used. So he's about to be out the door. He's also 36, so it makes sense. So it's going to be him and Williams. Buckley, Ricketts, Woods are the wingers. Our newest arrival out there, I couldn't believe that I could get on a free. Max Haygarth, who... So when I signed him, I was originally signing him to be Mazzala, not realizing I don't play with a Mazzala anymore. I play with defensive midfielders. So I ended up putting him as the attacking midfielder. He hasn't... To be honest, I kind of expected better from him. He hasn't lit the world on fire. In fact, I actually think we've been worse since we put him into the team. Because he came in for all those games we started losing. And then obviously Overton as the centre forward. So let's admit the team. This might be... Oh, I don't even remember his name. Jay Harris's last game. Alright. So let's hope we can get a win against Chorley to make up for all those defeats we suffered in January. And that's not good, getting tackled like that. Come on, boys, win the ball back. We're so up and down, I just never know what team we're going to get. The team could either be really good or really bad. And they're not tackling them. Come on, boys. Well, thank God he missed. I'll give it a minute before I start berating him if it's looking like we're having issues against Chorley. All right, we got the ball with Clark. Passes it to Gums. I do have to say, though, I can't wait till I get rid of Clark. I've had to use him this season because I just haven't found a replacement for him. But you can tell his 41-year-old legs just can't keep up. The amount of times he's gotten run past because of how slow he is. Alright, I'm not liking this. I'm demanding more immediately. Ooh, that was close. With Buckley Ricketts, Overton. He's been a pretty good loanee for us. You know, he's been scoring goals pretty consistently. Even though, like, centre forward isn't his natural position. Come on, this is Chorley. We're at home, boys. Even though we had all those defeats, we're somehow still clinging to the playoffs. Oh, I thought that was going to be called a penalty. We haven't even had a highlight yet. It's been all Chorley. I'm berating them. What is this? Wake the hell up! And take off Buckley Ricketts for Matty McDonald. Maybe a sub is needed. Gonna demand more again because I really want to win this. It seems like nothing is going on, I guess. Alright, it's time to make some... Guess I'll take off Harris for him and... There we go. Alright, we got the ball with Woods. He's running down the ring. Woods, for me, is easily been player of the season. I think he's got our most goals and most assists. And we scored with Matty McDonald. Alright. It's time to finally praise them for keeping Chorley out and putting us 1-0 in front. Can we make it 2-0 though? Just keep the ball. Keep it away from them. We don't want to be counterattacked in the last minute. I will not be happy if that happened. Especially since I'm playing this game without a real left back. Oh, Gravazzi with overtime. Oh. Saved by the keeper. All right, we got a corner with Williams. Is he going to land it on Krasnicki's head? He's lining it up. No, not Krasnicki. Went to Clark, but we get another corner. Hey, these corners are good. I'll take them. It just wastes up time. And again, it goes back to Williams, who crosses the ball in, but they head it away. And then Woods got the ball. Just keep it up their end of the field. And I'll take a 1-0 victory. So that puts us in 5th. And we're starting to form a bit of a gap from us and outside the playoffs. So it does seem like, even though it seemed unlikely at the beginning of the season, that we will, I don't want to say it yet because I don't want to jinx myself, but we will most likely be in a playoff spot. All right, let's head to the next match. All right, guys, here we are for the Boston United game. As you can see, we are starting to revert sort of back to what we were in the beginning of the season, with us lacking in depth a bit. However, unlike the beginning of the season, I am kind of happy where we are, and even if we do kind of fall away towards the end, it's still considered a good season for Warrington. So, unless I see a good deal, I'm probably not going to, because I do not want to get promoted, because this team, it would be a fluke if we win the playoffs, especially with how some of the other playoff teams have smashed us on a consistent basis, like Spenny Moore and South Shields. And so I just want a few seasons to actually start building up a team and getting rid of all these old men. So the team for today is Atherton, Gums still at left back, Lindsay's still injured. So we got Clark, Krasnicki, Wisdom, right back, Walker, Williams in the midfield, Buckley, Ricketts, Haygarth, Woods, who has been my player of the season, and Overton as the centre forward. So let's continue. So I don't really know where Boston is coming. I'm sure they're a good team because in real life they did get promoted. So there must be a somewhat decent side. I don't know where they're coming in the table though. All right, Atherton just boots it long, and it goes to Buckley Ricketts. He's running down the opposite wing to where he's usually positioned. And Max Haygarth has finally made himself useful this season, grabbing his first goal. And I know I might sound harsh on Haygarth, but I just felt like ever since I put him in, it's felt like McDonald has been better in that position than he has. So for him to start proving, because he's a really good player. I mean, he's 4-star of current ability, which is pretty good. I just want him to start proving his worth a bit. And Atherton punches it. Williams gets the ball. He's looking for a pass. He passes it to Gums, to Buckley Ricketts with a little swivel and turn, which was pretty neat. To Woods, who crosses the ball to Atherton. No, not Atherton. Overton, but it was disallowed. That was unfortunate because that was actually a pretty good goal, hitting it in off the post. All right, 1-0. I like that. I'm going to praise the team that we're 1-0 up. A few of them seem happy that I praised them. We've pretty much given Boston nothing, which I'm happy about. Although, have I jinxed myself? I hope not. Because all that work... Oh, no. Oh, good save, Atherton. Ooh, that could have been dangerous. I'm going to do a sub. I'm going to take off Williams for... I don't want to play Hannigan, though. He's only there because I have no one else to put on the bench. So I think Williams and Walker are just going to have to play 90 minutes until the end of the season or until I find someone else. Yeah, I could do this. All right, yeah, we're going to do that. I don't know how Max Hagar's going to do in the defensive midfield since you can't really play there. He's more of an attacking player. But I do want to take off Williams because he was only doing a 6-3 and he was feeling complacent. Well, the only other player we got is Tom Hannigan. Probably take off Peter Clark because of the slowness. Oh, what a goal from Declan Walker within the assist from Haygarth. He's having a pretty good game this game. What a strike. I honestly feel bad for Declan Walker because I actually like him. It's just he's being kept out by the best player we have at the club in Wisdom. Alright, so they hit it long. Haygarth gets tackled. But we win the ball back with Hannigan. Just passing it to Buckley Ricketts, who's having a really good game. To Woods. He's running down. Is he going to hit his patented cross? Oh, he's crossed it to Haygarth, who's passed it for Gums. And Evan Gums has scored a goal. I think that might be his first goal for the club. He has been struggling to get minutes with the constant chopping and changing, but Lindsay's injury has given him an opportunity, and he has taken it. And I feel like 3-0 down, 3-0 up, I'm confident to take off Connor Wood, give him a rest, freshen up his legs for next match. All right, we got Haygarth who gets tackled. Gums, is he going to cross the ball? No, he's looking for a pass to Declan Walker. Walker again with another crazy shot, but this time it gets saved by the keeper. And, yeah, I was going to say, it did look like it was offside. I'm just glad that we won both our home games. You have to admit, though, like, for us being projected to finish 22nd, we have done a pretty good job. It did take me having to go more defensive, even though it doesn't really feel like we've gone more defensive because we're still conceding loads of goals. But I don't think it's down to the tactic. I think it's just down to how slow my back line is. And even when because we don't have a high line anymore, we have a standard line. Balls still somehow go over the top and players just run on through. They just run through us very easily. Alright. I don't need, because I think Atherton's good for this season. Alright, now we'll do the final game of this episode. Well, everyone, we're not waiting till the summer to start getting rid of all these worthless players because a bid's just come in, it's been accepted, everything's gone through. Tom Hannigan is the next in the latest of casualties to bite the dust. It is leaving us light in substitutes though, but I just want to get rid of these players. Like Peter Clark, he better retire. We better not offer him a new contract. I will do everything in my power to stop that from happening. And then just like other guys like Declan Walker, who's not good enough. You know, Williams not good enough. For all these guys who are over 30. and then we can start finally rebuilding. But anyway, this is the match with Kurz and Ashton. Pretty much the same team as the last game, except Lindsay is back. So let's get into the match. Alright, seems you started well with that possession. But I've already come to know that just because you have high possession doesn't mean you're going to win. Because it feels like every game this is the possession stat. But there are games where we end up losing 5-0. It seems like it's very slow moving. I'm going to just demand more. I want more than this. I want at least an actual highlight. From us, I meant. Not from them. From the yellow team. Oh, well. At the rate it's going, this could be one of the most boring games in the Vanarama National North week this week. But we got the ball with Williams, to Lindsay, to Walker, to Haygarth, to Lindsay, to Buckley Ricketts, who crosses the ball for Overton. Who is offside, I was going to say. I wasn't sure with that one since Buckley Ricketts did cross the ball from pretty deep into the area. And we saved the ball. I'm going to make a change. Probably take up Buckley Ricketts for Matty McDonald. Because one thing I've noticed with Matty McDonald is he at least is a decent crosser of the ball. So Haygarth with the corner. Krasnicki to Walker to Haygarth, who it didn't go in, but oh, they didn't call it offside. So that would have been a goal if that went in. I'm demanding more. Okay. Probably take off. Yeah, and put in Gums. Gums is pretty much just my utility man. Southerton with the goal kick. Oh, great ball to Haygarth, who's running down the wing. Great ball to McDonald. To Williams. Gets the ball back. To Wisdom, who has a shot. And Andre Wisdom with the goal. That's what I'm talking about. I can't, because I think it just recently demanded more. I want to praise the team for that. That bit of play. And I will... Should I take off Connor Wood? Yeah, we're going to take off Connor Wood. I think we can hold him out to a 1-0, hopefully. Although, our defense has been shoddy. With all those goals we usually concede. And we've kept them scoreless. 1-0. I don't even remember the last time we kept the team scoreless. All right. We are in a really good position. We've played an extra game than a lot of these teams, but with 7 points. 7 points clear within the playoff spot. Alright guys, looking at this here, so what I'm probably gonna do is the next video, I'm probably gonna get as close to the end of the season up until maybe a match or two before we get confirmed for the playoffs. If we get confirmed for the playoffs. I mean, we could have just a complete capitulation, lose every game, and we end up like 10th. And I know from the Kurz and Ashton game, I said, I don't remember the last time we kept the team to scoreless. Pretty much the last 3 games we had, we kept all the teams scoreless. It's just we've conceded so many goals. Sometimes everything just meshes together, and you don't know when you've scored, when you've conceded, and when you haven't conceded. But keeping a clean sheet the last 3 games does bode well. So yeah, as I said, we'll get as close to us being confirmed or not for the playoffs, which will probably be somewhere around April, I would say. Maybe right before that. Who knows? So thanks again for watching, guys. If you like the video, like the video, subscribe, all that stuff. And until next time, guys, see ya.